What's going on, guys? Gonna talk some shit in this live stream. Talking shit in this live stream. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes though to get some clout and some views, to get some people watching. I'm not just gonna go right away. I'm gonna be discussing the most irrelevant team in the NFC Conference. The entire NFC Conference, the most irrelevant team in it. And it's who we're playing week 1. Okay. The most irrelevant team in the NFC Conference. Definitely since 91. And definitely since the salary cap era. Okay. I'm talking about America's capital, sadly. How the most irrelevant team in the NFC plays in a city such as high repertoire as America's capital. The most irrelevant team currently right now in the NFC Conference altogether. If you guys haven't guessed it by now, I don't blame you. This team is the little dot. Okay? Don't just brush off that little dot on the East Coast. You know, when you look at the East Coast cities, right? Boston comes to mind. Baltimore comes to mind. Philadelphia, of course, comes to mind. New York comes to mind, etc., and so on and so forth. But don't ignore that little dot, the District of Columbia. Don't ignore that little dot, that irrelevant little dot known as Washington, D.C., that irrelevant football team who lives in a trash can known as the Washington Redskins. Calling this team a dumpster fire would be a compliment. This team is the complete definition of hot, overrated, irrelevant trash. And every year, you hear the same shit from their fans, how their front seven is going to run the NFC East. They got this young, up-and-coming defense that's going to shock the NFL. People hate on us because they're scared of us. No, we laugh at you. We are happy that you are in this conference. Ask one Eagles, Cowboys, or Giants fan on here if they have ever feared the Washington Redskins as a Super Bowl contender ever since 91. Ever in the salary cap era. Nobody has. We are happy that you are in this division, Washington Redskins. And I am more than happy that we play you guys week 1 at our house. Thank you, NFL. We could not have gotten a better game in the division. Giants have a better chance of beating us week 1 if we were to play them than the Redskins do. Cowboys have a better chance of beating us week 1. Giants have a better chance of beating us. You have the worst chance of beating us week 1 in Philadelphia. The worst. Okay. This team has not been to an NFC championship game since 91. This team has not had a season above 10 wins since 91. Imagine that. Since 1991, 10 wins is the most games the Redskins have ever won since 91. So like I said, don't ignore that little dot, District of Columbia, i.e. District of Cunts, known as Washington, D.C. This team is the gum under your shoe. They've not had, like I said, they have not had a season of more than 10 wins since 91. Haven't made an NFC title game since 91. Most irrelevant team since then, 91. Lions have been to more playoff games since then. Most irrelevant team in the NFC Conference, the Washington Redskins. Cowboys, they haven't made an NFC title game in the salary cap era either, but they've put together some dominant seasons. You haven't. You talking about, oh, Adam Rank is stupid for his 2-14 prediction. What have you done to earn respect? What have you done, Washington? You have been the Cleveland Browns since 91. You have been the Cleveland Browns since 91. I would rather be the Browns than you, because the Browns, at least they know they're going to suck. You, on the other hand, you've been drinking the Kool-Aid and you've been disappointed year after year. I'd rather know I suck and suck than drink the Kool-Aid and be disappointed. So you're worse. Worse than the Browns, worse than the Lions. The most irrelevant team in this conference. Not even close. I'm gonna show you guys this video, right? When the Redskins signed Donovan McNabb from us, you know, the best quarterback they've had in the salary cap era. When they signed Donovan McNabb from us, he beat us in Philadelphia. And I want you guys, and they recorded the video of his locker room speech after the game. And I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. And quite frankly, I don't care. But let's see this. Does this even sound right?
This right here defines team, man. This defines team. You know, despite whatever's happened in the last couple of weeks, this right here shows how tough we really are. Defense out, we really appreciate you. In the second half, offense, we're going to get it together. It's consternation. But I just want to say, Captain, this right here defines team. And this was something we can feed off of going into the rest of the season. We are number one in the NFC, so we're going to stay up there.
That doesn't even sound right. A Washington Redskins quarterback saying we're number one in the NFC East, and it's going to stay that way. Does that even sound right to you guys? That don't even sound right to anybody. And the funny thing is, the second time I played him that year was the Monday Night Massacre, where he went into D.C. with Michael Vick and dropped 59 points on their overrated asses. Albert Hainsworth's slob ass was caught laying on the ground, not trying to chase Michael Vick, as we lit up their scoreboard like a Christmas tree. They've been kicked around and slapped around by prime time by everybody in this division. Giants have been slapping these dudes. The Cowboys have been slapping these dudes. We've been slapping these dudes. Okay? You know why? You know, fans of teams that are watching this? Because I'll tell you this too. We swept the Washington Redskins during the 2013 season. And after that 2013 season, they had a 5-game winning streak on us, right? Because of Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson was the reason why you beat us 5 times in a row. We swept you the year before you got him, and ever since he left, we've beaten you 4 times in a row now. You guys haven't beaten us since Deshaun left, and we swept you the year before you got him. And all those wins you got were one-possession wins, except for one of them. So Deshaun Jackson was the reason why you were beating us. Okay? The best deep threat wide receiver you've ever had, and Deshaun Jackson, came from us. The best quarterback you've had in this salary cap era came from us. Arguably the best quarterback you've ever had came from us way back when we traded you Sonny Jurgensen. The best running back your team has ever had, John Riggins, your team didn't even draft. All you do is take leftovers and leech. You're the tick on the NFL's back. That's what your team is. You're the tick on the NFL's back. You're the gum under everybody's shoe, and you've been kicked around on prime time by everybody in this division. You've been the Cleveland Browns since 91. That's why you've gotten no respect. What have you done to earn respect? Worst Giants team ever, 2017. Still beats you. Okay? And if you ask Washington Redskins fans, About a good 3/4 of them, 75% of them at least. They'll tell you that the Eagles are their least hated team in this division. They'll tell you that. Their video makers will tell you that. They'll tell you more often than not. I have yet to see a Redskins fan honestly say that his most hated team in this division is the Eagles. I've never seen a Redskins fan tell me that. Right? They supposedly don't care about us until they sign one of our players. That's when they come out of hiding. That's when they talk shit. Is when they sign one of our players. They don't care about us. We're the least hated team in their division until they sign one of our guys. Until that happens, that's when they talk trash. That's the only way they talk trash. The way they talk trash is hiding behind pictures and screensavers, Welch bets here. Okay. That's their style. Okay. When you trash talk the Washington Redskins, you are trash talking essentially a PowerPoint presentation with pictures, some bet welchers. That's who you trash talking. You trash talk the Washington Redskins. That's what you're dealing with here. Some pictures, some PowerPoint presentations, Microsoft Excel stat sheets, and a buttload of hypocrisy. Roby Reds came out and said our Super Bowl is a fluke because we won with the backup quarterback. Yet they won Super Bowls with the backup, i.e. Doug Williams. The most irrelevant team in the NFC. And you Eagle fans watching this, you notice this, right? You know why they bragged so much about that 5-game winning streak they had on us? You guys want to know why? I'll tell you why. It was the most impressive thing they've ever done in this era of football, was beating us 5 times in a row. That was the most impressive thing they have done in this salary cap era, in this era of football. The most impressive thing they've done. Beating us 5 times in a row was more impressive than them going 10-6 with RG3 and going one and done. One and done. Then Kirk Cousins going one and done. More impressive than both of those seasons. Beating us 5 times in a row. That was the most impressive thing they have ever done in this era of football. It's sad. It's sad how you could root for the ugliest looking team in ketchup and mustard ass uniforms, get shit after shit every year. You celebrate after a 10-win season. I wipe my ass with 10-win seasons. That's how we do it over here. Our expectations is 12-4, 13-3. You watch us Eagle video makers. That's our expectations. 11 wins at worst. Go check out Lord Brunson. Check out me. Okay? 10, 11 wins that's the standard. That is like meeting expectations for us. That is popping confetti for you. 10 wins is bring out the champagne for the Washington Redskins for winning 10 games and going one and done. One and done. You are worse than the Cowboys when it comes to relevancy on the football field and in the media. You don't even have media hype. You don't even have attention. You can't even get that. You signed old Adrian Peterson. Cool. What did that get you? You have Chris Thompson and Darius Geis coming off injury. Cool. By the way, that Geis injury was total karma because when Carson Wentz got injured, the first person to send me a gay-ass voice message on my Facebook laughing about it was Roby faggot-ass Reds. And what happened the season after? Darius Geis tears his ACL and the season's over. That was karma right there. Again, what have you done? Why should I hate you guys? I could give you all the reasons in the world why you should hate us because we've been smacking you on prime time for over a decade. I could give you multiple reasons why you should hate us. Why should I hate you? I've never seen you with 11 wins or more. Never seen you in an NFC championship game. You always take our washed up players, except for Deshaun. Why should I hate you? And what am I going to get week 1? Because you Redskins fans were sure all over my channel's dick during that 5-game winning streak. But where are you guys at now when we beat you guys 4 in a row now? Where are you guys at now? And if you do come out, what am I going to get? Some bullshit video saying that I pay for views, and dislikes? Am I going to get a PowerPoint presentation, a picture slideshow? No, some fake ass accusation saying that I pay for views and dislikes. I'd rather pay for pussy than pays for views and dislikes. That was the weakest exposure video, psychopath, that I've ever seen. Still to this day. And there's been a lot of videos made on me. What's going on, TBC? It's your boy, Psychopath, a.k.a. Iron Skin. I can't even do the whole intro anymore, okay? Because I've gone through puberty, and I can't have that high-pitched voice of yours. I've gone through puberty. I can't do the whole intro anymore. I can't. Okay? What am I going to get this year? What is the TTC going to get this year from Washington? Who's going to talk trash from them? And has any Eagle fan got on camera and bragged about beating the Redskins 4 times in a row? Has any Eagle fan got on camera and bragged about beating the Redskins 4 times in a row? No, but when the Redskins beat us 5 times in a row, you see nothing but them crawling out like cockroaches on our channel. They mention it in every single one of their videos because they have nothing. They have nothing. That was the most impressive thing they've done in the salary cap era, was beating us 5 times in a row. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play that video again. Some of you guys weren't here earlier. I'm going to play this video. This was McNabb beating us as a Redskin in his post-game locker room speech.
This right here defines team, man. This defines team. Despite whatever's happened in the last couple weeks, this right here showed how tough we really are. Defense, we really appreciate you. In the second half, offensive, we're going to get it together in a combination. But I just want to say, Captain, this right here defines team. And this was something we can feed off of going into the rest of the season. We are number 1 in the NFC, so we're going to stay up there.
That doesn't even sound right. A Washington Redskins quarterback saying we are number 1 in the NFC East and it's going to stay that way. That does not even sound right. Nobody believes in you. And like I said, the next game after that, go into your house and drop 59 points on your bum asses. Albert Hainsworth was exposed as the fat slob that he was, laying on the ground and not trying to chase Michael Vick. The most irrelevant team in the NFC Conference is this team. Like I said, and don't ignore that little dot on the East Coast. You see that dot there. Don't ignore that dot on the map. The District of Cunts. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore that little dot. Don't ignore them. Okay? Because that little dot also hosts one of the most bitch-made, cheap-shotting, headhunting teams in the league. These fools, right? They'll get on you if you laugh at their injuries. But oh boy, it was a total different game when Chris Baker knocked out Nick Foles. It was a totally different game when they cheap shotted Darren Sproles on the punt. Totally different story then. You Redskins fans are sad. You're sad. You Redskins fans will complain about fans like the Giants and Cowboys who have more Super Bowls, who have a better history than you, who have been more relevant than you. You will get on them and say that Super Bowls don't matter and how Giants and Cowboys fans shouldn't talk about history so much, right? But as soon as you play a team like us or any team that has less Super Bowls than you, all of a sudden history matters. And like I said, one of Psycho Bitch's Hate Week videos was just a history documentary on the Lombardi curse because we had no rings. Well, now that we have a ring, that video should might as well be deleted. 80% of your trash talk gone right there when we won the Super Bowl. In fact, more like 100. 100% of your trash talk has been gone since we won the Super Bowl. Hence why you're not even here. And do you guys believe Psychopath? I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out on his bullshit. Okay, I don't believe him for a second. I know the reason why he's not making videos. The reason why he's not making videos is because he's protesting Colin Kaepernick not playing football. That's the reason why he's not making videos. Supposedly. Because he's protesting the fact that Colin Kaepernick is not playing. No, that's not the real reason why you're not making videos. The off season you left the TTC ever so happens to be the off season where you guys let go of Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon. And you started letting players go, and you let Scott McClellan, the only decent talent evaluator ever seen your team have. That's the real reason why Psycho Bitch left. It's because he knew his team was going to be garbage. That's why his team left. And him leaving because of a whack reason, like, if Colin Kaepernick's not playing, I'm not going to be making videos on my channel anymore. Why not? Colin Kaepernick deserves a job. Yeah, maybe with you guys. Colin Kaepernick might be decent with you guys. All right? But I'm not going to be making videos if Colin Kaepernick isn't on the team. Man. Colin Kaepernick. I don't know. Maybe Colin Kaepernick might be better than Dwayne Haskins. Colin Kaepernick might be better than Case Keenum. So he might be an upgrade for you. Right? But I'm not making videos because Colin Kaepernick's not signed. No, not making videos because you got rid of Pierre Garçon, you got rid of Deshaun Jackson, and you got rid of Scott McClellan. That's the real reason why you left. Be honest. Because I know, you're the guy that likes to go against the grain, right? You like to be different, right, Psycho? So tell the truth, because we don't get the truth in the TTC. So you might as well be different and go against the grain by telling us the truth of why you left. I left because my team won the Super Bowl. I had the full right to leave, and I dropped 120 pounds doing so. And I told Roby Rents right in his face that Kirk Cousins was a better quarterback than RG3. Guess who was right? Not him. So what am I going to get this year from the Redskins week 1? What am I going to get this year? Some screensavers, some bet welchers, some PowerPoint presentations, some pictures, the exposed song. What am I going to get? Some corny-ass Andy Reid walrus jokes from HTTR? Hail to the reject. Hail to the reject, HTTR. That's what I think. Whenever I hear, that Hail to the Redskins fight song, that's what I think. Hail to the rejects. Hail to the rejects of the NFC East. I can't stand you guys. I hate you guys more than the Giants. And it's right up there with Dallas. That's what I'm going to get. PowerPoint presentations. That's what they do. They hide behind pictures. They hide behind pictures and they spew bullshit. That's what they do. They're editors. They're bet welchers. They're screensavers. They're not trash talkers. And they are. They're going to take it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take what I say and not do a damn thing about it because they know it's the truth. because they know it's the truth. They know that they've been irrelevant scum. And this is another thing too. When Redskins fans say that Philadelphia is a shit city, all right, I'm gonna say this, okay? You know, when cities are big, right? You know, big area and big population, naturally crime rate goes up. Just naturally. More people in bigger area, right? So how come is it that when I look up every single list on the most dangerous cities in the US, Washington, D.C. is at least 20 spots higher than Philadelphia? Do you know how small D.C. is? Do you know how small of a population that is? How much hell is in that dot of small area and small population to be 20 spots higher than Philadelphia in crime rate? Your city is a disaster. Out of all, I can tell you this. If any of you guys have never been to the East Coast, Washington, D.C. is the city you should spend the least amount of time in. By far the most miserable experience out of all of them I've been to. I've been to Boston. Granted, I hate their teams and I hate their fans, but I actually like the city of Boston. New York, basically the same thing. Philadelphia, I mean, I don't got to explain that, okay? Basically, all the East Coast cities I had a better experience in Washington, D.C. And again, if our city is so trash, then how come your small area city, a small population, ever so happens to be higher in crime rate than a big city and a big population city like Philadelphia? So it seems like the shit starts with you and it goes to everybody else and it spreads out to all the other cities. Washington, D.C. The Washington, D.C. Redskins, the most irrelevant team in the NFC Conference. Did that even sound right, guys? When McNabb said we are number one in the NFC East and it's going to stay that way? Does that sound right coming from a Redskins quarterback? Just be honest. I could see Eli Manning saying that. Hell, I could see Dak Prescott saying that. And I definitely could see Carson Wentz saying that. But if someone like Dwayne Haskins or Case Keenum said it, would anyone take it seriously? Be honest. Would anybody take it seriously? No. 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 The best quarterback they've ever had in the salary cap era, Donovan McNabb, came from us. Kirk Cousins is not going to go to 5 NFC championship games and a Super Bowl like McNabb did. The best running back you've ever had, and John Riggins, you didn't even draft. The best quarterback you've ever had, in Sonny Jurgensen, came from us. The best deep threat wide receiver you've had in your history, Deshaun Jackson, came from us. You are the tick on the NFL's back. One of the worst teams ever in signing free agents. Like I said, we're your least hated team. We're the team you don't care about until you sign one of our players. Now you're doing it to the Giants. Now I'm hearing that Trent Williams wants out. Can you blame Trent Williams? So what are you going to put there? Eric Flowers, who you signed from the Giants. You guys brought Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie out of retirement, and you overpaid for Landon Collins. And your secondary is about to do something this year? Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Are you serious? Landon Collins. Zach Ertz destroys Landon Collins. Dallas Goedert will destroy Landon Collins. Landon Collins is like, this is what the Redskins do. The Redskins have been notorious because their defense, they can't cover tight ends to save their lives. They're the worst tight end defending team in the league. So what do they do about it? They sign Landon Collins, who's probably one of the worst, if not the worst safety in the league in covering tight ends. And if Trent Williams or anybody gets hurt, they got Eric Flowers. Great job, Washington. Great job. Eric Flowers, DRC, and Landon Collins. That's what you do to try to get back to take the NFC East crown. But no, you guys are mentally disabled. You guys park with the handicap sticker. When you see the NFC East parking lot, the handicap sticker, the parking spot, that's for the Redskins. Everybody else, we park and do things like normal teams and normal people do. Okay. So that's my rant for the day. This is basically my hate week. This basically should be my hate week. I've gone for over 30 minutes. 30 minutes unscripted, decimated. This trash team, trash city. This team's been a joke. Daniel Snyder, probably the worst owner in football right now. Okay, FedEx Field, shitty stadium. I'll never go there. FedEx, trash, complete trash. Nitro Freak sent me pictures and videos. I don't need to go there. So, Lions, people say the Lions will, the Lions have a nice dome. They welcome their fans to a good stadium. Washington, they can't even play in their city. They play in land. Like, imagine that. Imagine your team playing in Landover, Maryland, and your team's facility being in Ashburn, Virginia. Like, their team's facility and their stadium is not even in D.C. They play their games in Landover, Maryland, and their practice facility is in Ashburn. What the fuck? Who would want to play there? You are nowhere near your team's actually home city. Anyways, I could just go off. Anyways, I don't want to waste more of the time that I've already done. Washington Redskins, do something about it. If you want me to hate you more, if you want respect around the league, do something about it. Give me some real face trash talk. Can I get a Redskins fan on here to give me some real trash talk without hiding behind a filter or a picture? Are you that insecure about how you look? You're that insecure about how you look that you got to hide behind filters and pictures? This is me on my old laptop, unedited, uncut, unscripted, going off. None of you can do what I'm doing right now. For 30 plus minutes, you can't. Anyways, this is Fitness Cheat Code, and I'm out. For